You know that moment when money stops feeling like a leak and starts feeling like a lever. For a lot of people, 10 grand is the first breath. But everything changes even more at 20,000. Not because the number is magic, because it changes your risk, your time, and your brain. Today, I'll show the simple math, the psychology shift, and a playbook you can copy. Warm, witty, slightly self-deprecating tour guide here. I'm Juno. Let's make money feel boring in a good way. Quick setup. Under 10 grand, life feels like a pothole test. Car tire pops, you're back to zero. Fee hits, you're back to zero. You're saving, but every month is a mini boss fight. It is hard to plan when random bills keep resetting your progress bar. That's not a character flaw. It's math plus chaos. We need a buffer big enough to absorb normal bad luck without wiping you out. Here's the threshold idea. 20,000 is where savings stops being a puddle and starts being a moat. 3 reasons. 1, it often equals several months of living costs. 2, it kills most late fees and payday-style emergencies. 3, it buys time to choose, not react. We're not worshiping a number. We're using it as a line where the odds bend in your favor. The brain shift is real. When you have no cushion, everything feels urgent. You say yes to bad deals. You overwork, you undersleep. Studies show scarcity narrows focus and shrinks mental bandwidth. With 20,000, urgency cools. You can pause. Compare options. Say not now to nonsense. That pause is priceless. It prevents expensive mistakes that never show up on your budget, only in your stress. Simple math time. Park 20,000 in a high-yield savings at around 4 to 5%. That is roughly $800 to $1,000 a year, just for sitting still. That covers a month of groceries for many people, or several oil changes and a surprise copay. It is not flashy. It is quiet cash that stops emergencies from snowballing into debt. Runway math. If your monthly spend is about $3,300, 20 grand is around 6 months. If you spend $2,500, it is about 8 months. That runway turns scary choices into strategic ones. Lose a job, you can target better roles, not just fast ones. See how the stress meter drops when you add months of time. Time is the most valuable line item your budget never shows. Negotiation power appears. With a cash moat, you can walk away from bad offers. That changes the conversation. You are not begging for a paycheck. You are assessing value. Even a $2,000 bump in salary is like getting the interest from a $20,000 to $25,000 stash every year. Options create income. Lack of options creates discounts on you. Momentum starts to compound. Once emergencies stop knocking you back, consistent investing becomes possible. Rule of 72 says money roughly doubles in about 10 years at 7%. So 20,000 invested could become about 40,000 in a decade, without heroics. Add 500 a month, and you are stacking tens of thousands more. Boring, automated, relentless. That is how compounding wins. Debt cleanup accelerates too. With a padded buffer, you can safely attack high-interest balances. Pay $3,000 toward an 18% card? That saves about $540 a year in interest. That is like creating your own $600 raise tax-free feeling. And you still have $17,000 left as a cushion. That is momentum without white-knuckle risk. Career optionality shows up next. With months of runway, you can take a wiser job search, a skill sprint, or a small relocation. 4 weeks off to prep interviews might cost $3,000. But landing a role 10% higher pays back in a few months. Money buys time. Time buys better skills. Better skills buy better money. That flywheel is hard to start at 0, but smooth at 20 grand. You also unlock small bet entrepreneurship. Set aside 1 to 2,000 as a test fund. Try a micro course, a small ad test, a starter kit for a service. Cap losses in red. Let winners in neon green keep running. You are not risking rent. You are paying tuition to the real world with a refund policy called Stop If It Flops. Pitfalls exist. 1, lifestyle creep. New couch, new car, new everything. Your moat turns into a water feature. 2, hero trades. Chasing hot tips usually turns neon green to red fast. 3, underinsurance. One medical bill can dunk your savings. Fix. Keep fixed costs steady. Invest by rules, not vibes, and cover the big risks first. All right, how to reach 20,000 if you are not there yet? Use a 90-day sprint. Step 1. List the big 3 costs: housing, transport, food. Aim for one quick win in each. Step 2. Automate savings on payday, even if it is $50. Step 3. Add a weekend cash burst. A few freelance shifts, overtime, or selling clutter. Small wins stack fast when the leaks are plugged. Where to park money on the way there? Order of operations. First, build a starter buffer of $1,000 to $2,000 in cash. Next, get employer match if you have one. That is free neon green. Then, finish the emergency fund toward $20,000. After that, attack high-interest debt hard. Finally, automate investing into broad, low-cost index funds. Keep it vanilla and repeatable. After $20,000, set rules so you do not reinvent the wheel. Example split. Keep 6 months of expenses in cash. Send every new dollar past that to investments by default. A sample mix could be a broad stock index and some bonds that let you sleep. Maintain sinking funds for known costs like car repairs and travel. Systems remove drama. Drama is expensive. Here's the reframe. 20,000 is not about being rich. It is about being hard to knock down. It buys time, clarity, and leverage. It turns crises into inconveniences and options into income. If this reframed money for you, subscribe, like, and share to help a friend hit their first 20 grand. I'm Juno. Keep it simple. Keep it steady. Your future self is already clapping.